This is Warzone solos, no teammates. It's you versus the entire map. Every footstep you hear could be your last, and every mistake will send you straight back to the lobby. Here's the truth. Winning solos isn't about raw aim. It's about control, positioning, and reading your enemies before they even see you. So I'm going to show you how to play smart, survive longer, and win more solo matches. From rotations and loadouts to mental game and end circle tactics. This is how lone wolves hunt. First job is just to get a weapon, get a decent weapon obviously. Getting ready for the first fight. I want to get cash. I've landed here because there's several contracts. This first one is bounty. We're in casual, so there are bots on this map. So most likely my first bounties are going to be bots. Makes it easy, grab some cash, get a loadout, start hunting. That said, it could also be a player. That's a bot up there. Get rid of him. Continue to move to our target, which is up here. Pretty easy. So there's some easy cash.
Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
Because we do want to get our loadout ASAP. Because obviously if our enemies get theirs, we're going to be at a disadvantage. Pull out your knife and run, brothers. Much faster. Don't just run around with a weapon in your hand. Pull out your knife. It's your melee weapon. Everything's pretty standard here. These are just bots. We were lucky enough to find a half decent weapon off the ground though. This weapon's pretty good. So I heard those footsteps. I knew where he was straight away. Okay, here's our loadout. Simple as that.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Loadouts are cheaper in solos than they are in quads.
Changing max.
Okay, I'm running a Ames 85 as an assault rifle and this new gun. This silly little space age one. I'm just kind of trialing it out. I don't like it, but a lot of other people are using it, so I'm trying it. It's actually an SMG in disguise. It's a very rapid fire SMG. With also it works at quite long range from medium range. And you can add accessories to it to make it a sniper rifle, which is pretty stupid. I think the gun's actually out of Fortnite. I think all the developers have moved on to the next game and they've left the interns back to make changes to this game. Stupid idea, but we'll go with it. Okay, we're going to do these missions because the third and final box, we'll get a vest, maybe even a self-revive. Oh, there's a bot. Guys, it's important to not get tunnel vision. Keep scanning constantly.
Loading fresh mag.
So this Ames is a pretty excellent gun. I'll have to make a video on the loadout for that Ames. It smacks people really quickly.
All supply boxes secure. Contract complete.
There's the vest. Didn't get a selfie, but that's alright. Be able to buy one now.
Here's a bounty contact.
Another bounty, bit more cash.
Contract marked.
We want cash now for, obviously for our selfie, but we also want to get some UAVs. Start pumping those out. Now we've got our baseball bat out. It's the same as having a knife out. It's our melee weapon. Just much faster to run. I like to keep on the run, keep moving. I think it's very dangerous to sit around, hide in buildings. First of all, I've got Ghost. Once I've got my loadout, one of the skills I have now is Ghost. And with that, when you're moving, you don't show up on the UAV. But as soon as you stop, you're on it. Therefore, you want to keep moving. So I'm going to do a recon now. Because obviously the recons are going to show you where the circle's going, which can be of use later on. You know, I used to think that was super important, needing to know exactly where the circle was going, but these days I don't think it is quite so important. I definitely want to do a few recons, but I don't need to do 100 of them to find the exact spot. I think it's a waste of time, really. You'll end up dead anyway.
Good work. Hold down the point until it's secure.
I think the overall idea that I have with solos and even with quads is to stay in the outer circle and move in. You don't want to be up against the edge of the gas, being pushed by the gas, but I think you definitely should be further on the outside, because obviously that way you're having people come at you from usually only a few, like a 180 degrees direction from ahead of you and to the sides. Obviously they're not going to be coming from behind you so much. And even if they are, you're going to be able to keep an eye out for them when you're near the edge of that circle from behind. So at the same time, we're going to continue to rotate around the edge of that circle. We're not just going to run straight through the middle. Bad idea, just running straight through the middle into the center. You'll end up being attacked from all sides at once. You're better off minimizing the directions that people can attack you from. You know, that said, I don't completely rely on that strategy every single time. It just depends on where the contracts are sometimes. Sometimes I'll go into the center to chase a bounty. Sometimes I'll just get bored and go into the center. But as a rule of thumb, circulating around the edge of the circle as the zone moves in is better than just charging into the middle.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Right, so not much is happening, but we're listening. We're listening the entire time. We're listening for footsteps, people landing, people parachuting. Bunking around inside buildings. I've got a really good set of headphones, and that's super important to be able to pick up footsteps and other sounds. So now I'm near a buy station. I'm going to put up my UAV. I'm going to buy another UAV. And that's why you need heaps of cash, so that you can move to different buy stations, stick up the UAVs, and then buy another one once you use it. And there he is. So I approached that guy as quietly as possible. I wanted to move fairly quickly, but not too fast to make a big thumping sound of my footsteps. So I knew where he was, I could see him on the UAV, and I didn't want him to hear me. We're also listening to the gunfire. And in casuals, the bots usually fire short bursts, where the actual players, they're going to be firing longer bursts. So I can hear longer bursts going on up ahead. So that's a real player, probably fighting bots. This game is never about full-on attacking, leaping, diving, jumping everywhere. You can win like that, but I don't think it is as consistent as using strategy and moving around the map carefully. And never staying in one spot too long, though. You don't want to do that. Thought I could hear that was someone coming in my direction, but it doesn't seem so. There's a buy down there. The zone's moving towards us now. So we're kind of just going to hang here, see who comes along. There could be players moving in from the outer edge for that buy station. So this is a little bit of a choke point. So I'll continue to do that. I'll find choke points, which are usually buy stations, people moving in from the outer edges, heading for a buy station. That's just another bot. Anyway, could have been a player. You can see the gas just coming in now. No one else in front of it. Find ourselves somewhere to jump from. And head into the next edge. Looking everywhere, constantly scanning the horizon. Looking. You need to see your enemies before they see you.
Requesting recon flyover.
Approaching another buy, so up goes the UAV. Place our UAV. Stick a couple of mines on there as a present for the next person. And rotate around the edge of this circle. There's a player sitting up on the roof there.
UAV oversight terminated.
They're zigzagging. So we're going to flank him. We're going to move from where I fired at him. And again, give him a few shots. I copped it a couple there. But I'm going to keep moving from where I fired at him. I don't want to pop up in the same spot. I'm going to keep flanking, keep circulating around him. Another one. We've got the gas is going to sit here for a little while, so we've got a little bit of time. This guy is staying in the same spot, which is a mistake because I know where he is, and there he is, and he's dead. So that is a good example of how you shouldn't sit in the same spot when you're in the middle of a gunfight like that. Hey Seth, how you going, brother?
Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Right, we're continuing to move in front of the gas. We don't want to get too close to the gas. We don't want to get pushed by it. At the same time, we don't want too much of a gap between us and the gas so that we can see anyone that's coming in from that direction. So here's a car. I like to bait cars, shoot at them, get them to attack me, throw down a couple of mines, and car go boom.
Hostile UAV in the area. Got gas moving in.
Yeah, I could see that guy through the trees sitting up on top in my UAV.
Turning to tank.
Again with the UAVs, you know, get them up if you're near a buy station so that you can replace it straight away. Put the UAV up, grab another one.
Sniper.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I like to transition via buy stations for that very reason.
Standing by.
Which obviously, if you are going to do that, you need to be careful because other people know that and they're going to lay traps near those buy stations, which is exactly what I do. I'll watch a buy station as the gas is coming in. I'll sit up on a building and watch that buy station, as I did earlier. I need to keep moving. That gas is not all that far away now. I'm probably a little bit close to it. I want to get to this next circle and then I'll start rotating around the edge of the circle. So I'm starting to angle now. I'm always listening to the gunfire, listening for the longer bursts, which means real player.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah, someone landed on that little roof there and then jumped in through the window.
Enemy UAV is online.
So he is going to appear here somewhere, possibly up on the roof, but I'm just going to keep an eye out behind, make sure he doesn't follow me.
The enemy lost track of
So I
you.
think he's going to appear on the
Down
roof.
there.
Requesting recon flyover.
There's someone just there. A couple of players, probably one is real, one is a bot. Mostly interested in that real player. Here he is.
Loading fresh mag.
Oh, there's another one. They were both real players. They were pretty easy to take down. So they're too close to the gas,
Precision airstrike
which
available.
is where I am now, but I wanted to do some looting. So I am going to run and get away from this gas. Pull out the melee weapon. Always looking, especially in this region, because there are other players that do the same thing as this. Run just ahead of the gas. That's just a bot, I think. Hard to tell sometimes.
Gas is inbound.
So this mode is easier than the normal mode. Obviously, you've got the bots. However, when you get to the pointy end of the game, which we're approaching, the bots have less to do with the game and it's more about the players that are left. So it can get quite hectic. Especially, like I say, in my country, no one plays the other mode. They're all in this casual, so that means we've got all the better players are in this casual anyway. Just means the start of the game's a bit slower. But it usually heats up. Which it should do before too long now. But I think it's important to see the start of the game, which is quiet anyway, just to show the rotation, the looting, the buy stations, the UAVs. It's all pretty important regardless of what happens, whether there's bots or a lot of players on you.
Changing mags.
So we've made it to the outer circle. Like, I haven't done enough contracts to know exactly where the circle's going, but that's okay. We'll just hang around here until the next one starts so that we've got an idea of where it's going. And then we'll continue to rotate. Probably I'll go right, but that will just depend. Depends. If it's a circle that's a long way away, the next one, we'll have to run in towards it. Otherwise we'll continue over to the right most likely. We'll get some height here.
Safe zone.
Height's always good.
Gulag's locked down. Area's clear. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
There we go. It's not too far away at all.
In the area.
Not too far away at all. Oh, there's a guy sitting there.
Reloading.
And, you know, the strategy of following the gas in is what killed that guy. He was too far into the circle. I mean, before that gas started moving, he was too far in. Before that gas had finished and the next circle was shown, he was too far into the center. I want to get across this river because obviously it's a big wide open area. There's not a hell of a lot of cover over here, but at least there's some up against this wall. If someone starts shooting me, I'm going to dive down. So I seem to be running out in the open, but not really.
Loading fresh mag.
Checking up in that tower. It's another major spot where snipers hang out. Up on the big building, obviously. And the cranes. I can hear a bunch of fighting going over to the left over there. Bots and real player. We're right on the circle here.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, someone followed me in, I thought so. There we go. That's why I put the mine down. Could hear him coming.
Take cover.
10 remain. You're almost done here.
Alright, where'd that guy go?
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Okay, the circle's going to be ending, looks like, over the top of the river. Which could be interesting. There's not much cover down there, although this bridge across the river is going to give me my best chance at cover. I need to keep an eye out up on top of those buildings in the city there,
Hostile UAV in
because
the
they could be sitting up there waiting for people to come out. And there isn't a lot of cover from that. Under the bridge is going to be my best bet. I wouldn't be surprised if there's other people under there as well, so I need to be careful of that. I'm moving because there's a UAV up. My ghost only works when I'm moving. Plus, less chance of getting hit by a sniper. Still need to keep an eye up on the buildings. Where is this guy that we ran around here before? Just to make sure he's not still inside, coming out in the last second. Waiting for someone to jump off those buildings. Now we're getting to the very pointy end. It's very interesting end. Keep some cover underneath this bridge. Be careful there's not already someone under there.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Keep slipping off this rock. I think I'll head across the other side. Careful under here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I think I'll head under.
Gas is closing in.
There's what, 4 left. That's quite a few to be in this little circle. 4 others. Make sure no one comes up behind me. They can easily come through the gas there.
Grit smart. Set it.
Anyone that's going to come running out is now going to have that to deal with. I went back this way so I could grab that guy's stuff. Oh, there's another one just down here.
Only 2 left.
Unfortunate for him. There's only one more now. So, he's up there. I know that he's up there somewhere because obviously I can see everywhere else. Okay, so I'm going to move further along here. He expects me to be under the bridge because he would have seen the shooting in the UAV. And there he is. This is one time that being lower than the other person is actually an advantage because he needed to stick his head out over the top because he was being pushed by the gas. Hey Shane Stone, how you going, brother? Alright, and that's how you survive solos. You stay patient, you read the fight before it starts, and you strike like a wolf when they least expect it. So if you found this guide helpful, drop a like, share it with your squad, and hit that follow button. I've got more breakdowns coming, loadouts, rotations, and clutch plays straight from the field. I'll see you out there before you see me.